Back here on Scoop City, it was probably the worst kept secret in Indianapolis, and that was that the San Francisco 49ers were in deep discussions with the Washington Commanders for a trade for Deebo Samuel. The 49ers received a fifth in return compensation. I tweeted that. Your response was?
Yeah, wow. I don't know.
Too much or not enough?
I thought it was too much. I know some people that thinks it wasn't enough, but I think it was too much for an aging player.
Yeah,
who can still be a home run threat, but,
I think there are some that had that opinion, especially considering the fact that there wasn't a lot of competition. John Lynch spoke with several teams. He was looking for a fourth rounder, but in the end, he settled, with a fifth round or 2025 fifth round pick with the Commanders. But my thought was Adam Peters, the general manager, he scouted Deebo out of college, right? He knew everything about him. He obviously has a trust in him. He believes in some type of skill set that he could bring to this young quarterback. What do you think he does? Like, what's the immediate Deebo Samuel and Washington addition do for you?
Yeah, the Deebo Samuel we know and love is a beast with the ball in his hands. He's an absolute playmaker. He can take a now screen, like just throw it out there right now at the line of scrimmage, 60 yards. He can catch slant routes, his run after the catch. He's an angry runner. He's a tempo setter. He's all those things. That described him in 2021, his all-pro year, when he had 1,400 receiving yards. I think he had almost 2,000 total yards, 14 touchdowns that year. He's struggled with injury. He's missed 20 games in his career due to injury. So I don't know. I think it'll definitely have an impact on the offense and on Jayden Daniels when he gets to the Commanders. We've never seen, and I'm going to be interested to watch, we've never seen Deebo be the true number two option, because that's what he is right when he gets to Cliff Kingsbury's offense, because they have Scary Terry, which, crazy or not enough or not, he's making more. Debo's making more than Scary Terry, which I imagine would probably change.
They're going to try to, Terry's going to try to get extended. We'll see.
Yeah, and we haven't seen Deebo be that true number two. So how does he handle that at this point in his career where he's 29 years old? When you go to San Fran, he was always their third, fourth option. He was their gadget guy, but a really good gadget like that, because you had, when CMC was healthy, you have CMC, you have Brandon Ayuk, you have Kittle, and then you probably have Deebo, right? He only got 12% of the touches in San Francisco, but now he goes to the true number two option the day he walks in that building come the start of the new league year. How is he going to handle defenses preparing for him even more? Okay, because they're going to try to take away Scary Terry. Is he a good enough receiver, a true receiver, to be that true number two? I don't know. This is a prove-it year, in my opinion, for Deebo Samuel.
Yeah, well, San Francisco dealt him, and they're also open to trading Brandon Ayuk, right? So,
which is crazy, Diana. Make it make sense.
Well, first, you love the numbers, right? So you got to figure it's essentially 50 over 2, right? Over the next 2 years, they own, right? From a salary standpoint, that's tough to trade, right? $50 million over the next 2 years, guaranteed money. That's not easy to do if a team wants to trade for him. That's expensive.
Coming off injury, too.
Coming off injury. So, look, I think San Francisco is resetting to a degree here, right? They've made a lot of big commitments.
Yeah.
Rebuilding a little, right? Like this isn't a rebuild. That's not what I'm saying. It's just like a slight one.
And a retool. Call it a retool.
Retool. And I just think they're attempting to be proactive here. That's how I'm reading it.
Yeah.
Knowing that they got to pay Brock, and the defense made a lot of investments. So I think they're just trying to get reorganized in a way in terms of their salary, their contracts, the money they're spending. And look, they're going to listen. You heard John Lynch say it after we reported that they were open to trading him, that, look, you get calls on star players. And I think they're going to talk to teams to see. But you got Pearsall, you got Jennings, you got Ayuk. I mean, that's a great three with Brock Purdy. I'm taking that. I'm saying if they can't trade him, they're still winning.
No doubt. And I think they like Ricky more than some people realize. I think Ricky could be a really good add to that offense, a value add, especially with Deebo out. But my thing is, what? I don't know. I guess I just don't understand, why you would pay Brandon Ayuk and take forever to pay him. and then he gets hurt, and then you trade him after the year? Because like Brandon Ayuk is I think a legitimate number one receiver. And if you only have him for $50 million over the next 2 years, if you think he's going to be healthy, that's a bargain. And so I just don't know in any stretch of imagination, before you jump in, how you lose Debo or you trade Debo, and then you trade, if they do, trade Brandon Ayuk. How are you prepping your quarterback with star players around you? Like, I don't know. Like, when I watch film of Brock Purdy, the number one guy he looks to when healthy is Brandon Ayuk. And it's not even close. Like, it's like, I need to play Ayuk. Now, Jennings is great. Jennings can go for 150 at any part of the year. He's the best number 3 receiver in all of football, and borderline 2. I truly believe that. But, Dianna, we're talking about a number 3 receiver, and we're talking about a true number 1 receiver, in my opinion, that you're going to trade. I would not be happy if I'm Brock Purdy.
Yeah, and they are negotiating right now on that new contract. We'll see where that falls. You know, I kept being told that it wasn't going to be that difficult of a contract, that this should happen over the next few weeks. So we'll see. We're in this
When's
time
the
period where a
timeline?
lot is,
Yeah.
We'll see.
Okay.
It was explained to me that both sides feel like this could get done.
Oh.
Cool. You know, I would think by the summer, right? I mean,
Yeah.
I was hoping. I was being hopeful for the draft.
They can't make the mistake in holding off like they did last year with Trent Williams, Brandon Ayuk.
That
just
was
bad
a
vibes.
disaster. That was a mess. A memorable year because of it too. Like, it was so bad,
Yeah.
and sticky and clunky and every word in the book. So we'll see if they move them. You know, we got a lot of calls. A lot of these conversations are happening at this exact moment. But the fact that they're trying to reset to a degree, they got to do it. Thanks for tuning into Scoop City. If you want to hear more, make sure you like and subscribe. We drop our new episodes every Tuesday and Friday.